Hi everybody, it's Mark Terebelo. So what I'd like to talk to you about now is about stretches and exercises that a person should do like every day. Now it used to be years ago that when a person had back pain, the common advice that a medical doctor would give was like stay in bed, don't move until the pain's out. Nowadays what we find is that actually more motion is important. The reason why motion is important is because movement helps to pump that lymphatic system, helps to move some of the edema out of the sore areas. So we want to get you moving and get that motion back in your body as soon as possible. We like to say motion is lotion. And, especially as we get older, we like to sit a lot. And, what they're saying today, too, is that sitting is the new smoking. So there's two big hip quotes for you to know. Sitting is the new smoking, and motion is lotion. So those are two things that you should try to remember. But every day you should stretch. And, and I don't like to recommend things that I don't do myself. But one of the things that I'm very strong about is that when you get out of bed in the morning, you got to stretch out before you jump in the car and get to work. Now, one of the things you want to keep in mind is that while you're sleeping, your body's not moving. So muscles are cold, and you get more inflammation. The lymph system isn't moving as much. Your brain's not attached to your body, so to speak, as much. So you don't want to jump out of bed and run into the car. You want to just, ease your body into it. So one of the first things that I would suggest is learning the proper way to get out of bed in the morning. So if this be your bed, one of the things that if you're sleeping like this, one of the things that you don't want to do is you don't want to go boom in the morning like that. Now that's how you get out of bed. That makes me shiver just like that. So be easy, be nice, be careful. Just simply, turn on your side. You got your pillow here, I should have one. And just let your legs fall. And then push with your hands just like that. Okay? Nice, easy motions in the morning. Don't rock the boat, baby. Okay? Muscles are cold. So that's how you get out of bed in the morning. Now, keeping that in mind, if it's during allergy season or cold season and you got to sneeze, brace yourself also. Don't hack your body in the first thing in the morning. Stand at, if you're in the bathroom sink or something like that, just hold yourself, brace yourself, and if you got a cough or a sneeze. I want you to know, too, that in the morning, the most important, the move that can really get you into trouble is bending forward and flexing. You really want to avoid forward bending in the morning. So, that can include putting your socks on. Something's on the floor, you're reaching for the floor to pick up something that fell. People get a back pain just for something as simple as that. It's not about lifting 500-pound weights. It's putting your socks on. It's picking that Kleenex off the floor. So you want to be really mindful about doing that. If you're feeding your pets, not to bend. Be careful about bending forward, until you stretch out. Okay, so you're out of bed. Okay, hopefully you take your shower. You're warming your body up. Now it's time for you to do some stretches. Now again, I'm not a morning person. I'm not going to recommend something that you should wake up an hour before to stretch because you guys aren't going to do it anyways probably. So here's some basic tips to start the day. Just a couple minutes. And if you've got pets, they'll love you, they'll come around. I've got a kitty, she lays with me and stretches. It's really sort of funny actually. Okay, so first thing I want to introduce you to. So here you are. You're on the floor of your living room. First thing you want to do is you put your legs up like this. Do pelvic tilts. So pelvic tilts is simply that, tilting your pelvic. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll your tailbone down. So there's your tailbone. You're rolling it down, and as you roll down, breathe in. And as you breathe out, You're flattening your lower back against the floor, against the table. And you're rolling. Pelvic tips. Roll. Your hips are rolling this way on your tailbone. Breathe out. Flatten your lower back. Do some of those. Hold it for 2 seconds. And back. That juices up the facet joints and gets them in a better position. So you do some of those to loosen up and feel what you need. Get it back into your body. Feel it. Now do some knee chest stretches, which is simply that, knee to chest. Grab your knee and knee to chest. Feel it. Now if it hurts, don't do it. And don't overcrank. Just hold it. And if you put it in different vectors, you'll stretch different parts of your hip. And stretch. And hold it for 2 seconds. Stretch. Stretch. And do the other side too. Stretch. 2 seconds. Knee chest. Good. Now another good thing to do is to open up the core, is to put your bottom of your feet together. Put your knees out. And you can even do that, a pelvic tilt, just like that, and stretch in the core area as you go up and down, rotating on your hips. Okay. So another thing you could do is you could also stretch on your hamstrings. So, just put your leg out, and the hamstrings get really tight. You don't want to bounce, but just hold it for a couple seconds. Feel it. You feel it. Let go. Rotate your leg, and you do that on both sides as well. Now, another very important stretch that you should do in the morning is lunges. Here's what happens as we get older, and you know this. As we get older, what happens to people as they age, right? The shoulders go forward, and the head goes forward, and we look like this. We don't want to go there, right? So we want to get more into extension. So we want to elongate on the core a little bit more. Now the best way to do this is if you can get on the floor, if you're still there. And if you can't get on the floor, do this in your bed. That's fine. But here we are on the floor. You want to stretch your core. So you're stretching your back leg here. And you hold yourself on your hips. And what you want to do is you want to lean forward and stretch to the back here for 2 seconds and then come on back. Now, very important, you want to keep this part straight. You want to be look up a little bit so you're not like this. This part of your body's got to be straight, leaning forward, and then come on back. And you could do that. You could do that on both sides. Leaning forward, feel the stretch in your back leg, right around the groin area, and come on back. Now, if you can't get on the floor, if it's not appropriate to get on the floor, you can do the standing. Again, straight here. And you can also do one of my favorite yoga moves is Proud Warrior. So put your arms out like that and just look straight ahead. And it's an awesome move. I'm not a yoga expert. You can Google Proud Warrior to get the specifics on this. But you always want to do both sides. Heads up, looking into the distance. Stretch on the core. Last thing another very, very important exercise to do, and maybe we should do that before we did that one, so you excuse me for being out of order. So I'm going to get you back on the floor. Okay, sorry about that. Is what's known as a Cobra. So if your back feels still really sore, one of my favorite stretches is known as a Cobra. So you're on your belly, and come on up like this. Okay? And why are we doing that? Because most of the time we're in flexion. So where are we? We're in extension. We're bending backwards, putting the body. Now this will help your lower back and help with the disc also. So you can come up like that. and just hold that pose like that. And the last one we can demonstrate for you are planks. Planks is part of Pilates, which helps to strengthen your core, abs, quads, glutes, lower back, important area. And what you want to do is you get up like this, and you just want to hold this pose. Try to keep your head up and try to hold this as long as you can. That strengthens the core muscles and keeps your back in good shape. And see how long you can do that. See if you can do it for 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes. How long have I been so far? Okay. Okay. And that's how you do that. So, these are things that you could do outside of the office. They'll facilitate your care in the office. You never want to stretch. You never want to exercise if you feel pain. Only start to do these exercises if I tell you at my office, start stretching and exercise. Some of these can be contraindicated if you're here with a very, very sore disc. So you could ask me first which ones of these you should do. But in general, you never, they say no pain, no gain. That's not true. No pain. We don't want pain at all. So again, when you're on the table, you want to do pelvic tilts, knee chest, Cobra, some planks, and then you can get on the floor. You're already on the floor. You can do the lunges or stand and do the lunges, and you put your arms up too. You can do some of that as well. And stretch up as well, and lean back as well. All right. Well, I hope this helps. And again, motion slotion. You got to move. You got to exercise. You got to get to the gym. And that's the way to get the pain out of your body and stay healthy and well. Thank you.